Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to Sociology 3 and 1. This is our first lecture, which is regarding the origin of sociology. So today we will discuss that how sociology originated in Europe. First of all, we would like to discuss the term modernity and how it brought social changes in Europe and how sociology emerged in that era. So, according to George Redzer, who is a well-known sociologist, modernity is thinking new or thinking in a different way. And he also said that it is something which is in opposition to the prevailing custom and tradition. And it is also a comparative process in which one compare his past with the present and his present with the upcoming future. So, as a result of this process of modernity or thinking of the people in that different way, some movements started in Europe, and these movements developed certain ideologies. Like, for example, Renaissance movement, which was against the influence of church, gave development to the secular ideology. Then French Revolution came in 1789 in France, which gave development to equalitarian ideology. And similarly, Industrial Revolution gave development to utilitarian ideology. So all these ideologies were the result of this thinking of the people. Now, while the people were thinking in a different way, as a result of these thinking, certain development took place in that era. And for example, age of enlightenment started. The people started believe that people could comprehend and control the universe by means of reason and empirical research. This was the sort of thinking which started at that time. Scientifically, the people started to think scientifically. Then the belief of universal social laws was prevailed. So, and the people thought that society can be made better, and there were some sort of new inventions and discoveries were taking place. Scientifically, the people started to think scientifically. Then the belief of universal social laws was prevailed. So, and the people thought that society can be made better, and there were some sort of new inventions and discoveries were taking place. Revolutions were already going on there, and the political development was going on, and economic, social, commercial, and intellectual growth was taking place at that time. So, as a result of modernity, some changes, social changes occurred. Like, for example, transition from feudal to industrial society occurred. Then there was rise of liberal democracies, and there was emergence of middle class. But there were some problems associated with modernity, with this modernity as well. Like, for example, industrialization brought poor working condition for workers. There were nuclear families increasing. Domestic violence was an increase. Frequent separations among the spouses occurred, and faith in religion was decreased. Absolute poverty was also increasing because of this modernization, industrialization. So now we can see that rise of liberal democracies brought some abrupt changes. There was a sort of chaos in France, and people did not understand how it will work. Will they be better off? A number of groups emerge educating going back to middle ages feudal system. So because of this, the people were thinking that we should go back, and whether this development will be good for us or not. So that's why there some people started educating for the previous system. As a result of development of middle class, there were a class of aspirants created, and which promoted structural divide in the society, because the people were thinking to move forward in the social ladder. So this gave development to the structural divide in society. They were more demanding. The people were demanding for their rights, and that could not be contained in present system. That were the belief of the people. So because of all these things, a sort of need developed, because there was no such a body of knowledge to comprehend all these phenomena, or these happening, or these social problems. So there was no body of knowledge, and there a need emerged for another discipline which could explain these changes, find solution to these problems, and even and predict these changes. So sociology emerged, and there were two contexts in which the emergence of sociology took place. Like, one was general context, and the second was immediate context. The general context was that of the development of middle class, the vanishing of feudal system, the rise of liberal democracies. All these things were general causes of the development of sociology, while the immediate cause was that French Revolution. These are some social forces which cause the development of sociology, or which encourage the development of sociology, or which helped in the sociological theory. Like political revolution were there, and Auguste Comte was the belief that positivism, or positive aspect of the society, can be explained in a more better way. And industrialization. Auguste Comte presented the idea of positivism, that social phenomena can also be studied just like natural sciences. And then there was the Industrial Revolution and rise of capitalism. Karl Marx, Weber, George Simmel, Durkheim, etc. were the main proponent of this ideology. There was the rise of socialism. Karl Marx was in favor of this again, and Weber and Durkheim were against this rise of socialism. Feminism movement also took place. Urbanization occurred, religious changes were taking place. All these things helped in the development of sociology. Then there were certain places or parts in the world, like French, like German, like British, and all these three part of the world or countries. There were a lot of thinkers who were thinking and presenting solution to the problems according to their own intellect. So these people also contributed toward the development of sociology. T.B. Baltimore, he also threw light on the sociology, the development of sociology. He said that sociology, the early sociology, is encyclopedic, explaining things in minute detail. It's sort of evolutionary and positive, and there is science of new industrial society. And he said that this early sociology is ignoring rural structure or rural societies, and only focus on urban and industrial societies. And he also said that this is sort of radical and conservative subject. Some intellectual antecedents of sociology, like T.B. Baltimore presented intellectual antecedents: origin in political philosophy, Hobbes, Locke's discrete philosophy of history. These were the some proponents. And then there was biological theory of evolution, moment of sociological and political reforms, social surveys, and writings of John Sinclair, who presented social survey, in which the idea of absolute poverty was presented. And he said that poverty is a social problem, not a political or natural phenomena. So all these things, are these ideas of the people, contributed toward the development of sociology. So thank you very much. I hope you understand. Inshallah, in next video I will be explaining all these things in Urdu, and then in Pashto language as well, inshallah. So thank you very much for watching, and Jazakallah khair.